Roll the corn. We know the truth now. Peace to my beautiful people from this beautiful land. I love you and I'm in love with you. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. Detroit, Tyson, what up? Roll the corn. Cleveland, Ohio, what up? Follow me, roll the corn. Batesville, Mississippi. You know I love Mississippi, right? You know I love you, Mississippi. Forever I love Mississippi, roll the corn. Roll the corn. Let me get my laptop. Put the corn in the chat. Put where you're from in the chat. Put the corn in the chat. Put where you're from in the chat. Christopher, appreciate you. Kevin Smith, roll the corn. Sir Chip, Detroit, roll the corn. Minneapolis, Minnesota, Flower Goddess, love you and I'm in love with you. Rhode Island, Kevin Smith. Atlantean Highlander, roll the corn. Tyson Worthy. Yazoo City, Mississippi, Yazoo Indians, roll the corn. Houston, Texas, they don't know about Yazoo now. Yazoo is the truth. What's this? Lots and Peeve. Shreveport. Cotto, what up? Hit the like button, hit the share button. Cool Water, what's up, brother? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Now, at the end of the live, I'm going to take some more orders for the hoodies, of the Truth Now hoodies. The Feather Truth hoodie, I'm going to take some more orders of the hoodies at the end of the live. So, y'all get ready. You tell, what up? So, catch me at the end of the live. I'm going to take some orders for the hoodies. Bean, roll the corn. We know the truth now. Mound Builder Mancy, how you doing, brother? Marks in Clarksdale, Mississippi. The Delta, Mississippi Delta. Roll the corn. Choctaw Indian from Alabama. Roll the corn. Sir Chip, what up? David Tyson. Okay. Today I'm going to go over a couple of different things, right? I'm going to go over a couple of different, let me bow my head to my people. I love y'all and I'm in love with you. I'm going to go over a couple of different things today. Some random receipts that I've been studying, and I want y'all to look at it too. Now, when we talk about the World's Fair building, World's Fairs building, see how I said in the old newspaper, World's Fairs threatened by fire. They burnt up Rome. They burnt up Japan. They burnt up everything with the ancient buildings. Now, why is this important talking about burning up buildings all over the world, people? You are getting rid of a culture that was worldwide. They try to tell you about this flood and all this. Yeah, the flood happened, but the flood is not the reason the buildings are underground. They were built that way. Our culture don't build on low land, people. See, that's what you got to understand. They try to tell you some dummy shit. Like we smart enough to build a Tartarian building, but we're going to put it on low land and let it flood. No. Our people always spoke of a high place. Everything was high frequency, high intelligence, high everything. We ain't going to put no building low. and let the motherfucker flood. Why would we do that? That is a hunter-gatherer way of looking at history, right? Everything is high. Bama, B-A-M-A-H in Hebrew means high, high place. Alabama, high place. Eli, Bama. It's all about a high place. We didn't build nothing low, no low frequency, no low intelligence, no low nothing. We build high, we think high, the knowledge is high. That's how our people goes, right? Because the first languages got high places, the most high everything. We ain't see low nowhere. So all this low stuff on the internet with all this low thinking and low and acting low and bashing, and you not in your frequency if you are always low vibrational, right? Like, okay, yesterday, I'm going through lives. I just like to go through lives. Here we go. We know the truth now. He didn't agree with me. I ain't got to agree with you, bro. Who are you to agree with? All you doing is rebuttaling something I taught you 2 years ago. Talking about LSU Mounds. Bro, I taught you that, bro. Then you want to come back and diss me? Like, that's low vibrational. That's not what the ancestors do, bro. How you learn something from me, then you come back and diss me? It don't even make no sense, bro. That's backstabbing. That's hunter-gatherer activity. Right? See, I keep it real. I learn things from everybody, bro. I learned things from the Earth Speaks. I'm man enough to tell you I learned things from the Earth Speaks. I'm cool with that. I learned things from Rashad Poet. I learned things from Gaddy. I learned things from Rod Hayes, bro. I learned things from these people. I can't, at the end of the day, I got to still show homage to these people. I learned things from them. I'm not here to be better than nobody. We might have a disagreement, but true enough, he learned things from me. I learned things from him. Things got built at a certain time, and that's just how it goes. Now, when you're in the right frequency, it's going to happen like that, right? Because everybody got a different way of bits and pieces of the information. So you look at it different when you speak to different people of different knowledge bases. And I'm cool with that. Now, it's getting to the point now, Casey Macon, send me receipts all day, fire receipts, right? See, the ego trip is not gonna work, right? I can sit here as a man and say I learned things from different people, and I'm cool with that. They learn things from me too, but I'm so real I can admit it, right? It don't bother me. I'm a real nigga. Roll the coin. I ain't got time to play. We trying to get down to the information. That's just how this go, right? So don't get on there and diss me and your whole life is something I taught you, bro. Y'all talking about coin exchange buildings. Y'all know y'all got that from me. Then you gonna come try to diss me. Come on, man. I'm gonna tell y'all like this, bro. I love you, and I'm in love with you, bro. But don't do that though. I don't like that. That's low. That's real low, bro. When Rashad Poet taught me something about the four corners, the pilgrimage to the four corners, I showed homage to that. I mentioned it 3 or 4 times that I learned it from him, bro. Right? Because that's what this is about. You uplift your people by letting them know, yeah, you helped me right there, bro. I appreciate that. That put me on another path of information, and I can't do nothing but show homage to that. Right? I'm not going to get on here and sneak diss nobody and act like I ain't never learned. Now, I will talk shit about somebody, but I am going, at the end of the day, I'm going to show love on what I learned from that person. Earth Speaks, I learned some things from Earth Speaks. I learned things from Rashad Poet, Gaddy, Rod Hayes. I'm going to say their name again. That only made me a better teacher, right? Because I wasn't no teacher at first. I was just getting in the information. But over time, once you get everything you need, you can build blocks with, with the information. From what I know and what these people know, and there it is. And that's how it really supposed to go. So shout out to all them people, man. It ain't, ain't no bad blood, ain't none of that. Ain't no bad blood with Voodoo Chief. I don't have bad blood with Voodoo Chief. I just want the knowledge to speak for itself. I'm just a vessel to put the knowledge out and you go research it, right? Because the only thing that makes me different from everybody else, well, from a lot of people, I'm not going to say everybody, I want the uncut truth. It might get ugly. You might have a disagreement. That's fine. That's cool. But I want the truth. The truth is way more powerful than me going back and forth with somebody else. I have no ill will for no people, right? But you must have pride enough to teach your people the right way. That's all I'm saying. I was raised on pride and doing the right thing and not trying to trick and deceive. So if I see somebody trying to trick and deceive, I ain't got no ill will against them personally, but I will go against their thought process to make them tighten up. Somebody got to make you tighten up, bro. For real. If we just sit around just listen to everything somebody say, we can't do this. Somebody got to make you tighten your game up to get back to the truth. If I'm wrong, somebody tighten me up, right? I'm cool with that. You come with the receipts and tighten me up, you just tighten me up. I can't be mad at you personally because you tightened me up. You made me a better teacher. And that's how I look at it. Now, on the other hand, people have agendas, right? Now, when you got an agenda, and I still don't have an ill will against you, but I can tell when you have an agenda. I can tell when you know better, but you still don't teach it better. That's a whole nother thing, but I still got love for you, right? I just know what you represent, and I know my role in what's going on. But I don't have no ill will against nobody. Don't never think Truth now got no ill will against nobody, right? Because I know this is information, and the other part is real life, right? Real life, I have no ill will against nobody. But I will get at you information. We will brain bang, but I'm not mad at you. I ain't mad at you now. Don't look at it the wrong way like I'm your enemy. I'm not your enemy. Our people don't come as enemies. Other clans come as enemies. We never came as enemies, so I don't come as an enemy. I just come to make the thing right. Now, World's Fair, threatened by fire, right? What I want y'all to understand is, why is they burning up everything? They burning up everything. Rome. They just burning down ancient buildings all over the world. Now look what it says. Jefferson guards say that the fire was the work of incendiaries. Incendiaries. Incendiaries? What that mean, Truth? A bomb or a device. A bomb or device at the World's Fairs. Why do they have a bomb in a device? A person who starts fires. Military fires. A person who stirs up conflict. Incendiary. Now, Let's go back to the newspaper clip. Look what it say. Now, that just proves that these people knew that they was burning down our buildings. They had a whole bombs and the whole plan to get rid of the ancient culture, to get rid of our history. They are putting bombs at World's Fairs all over the world. Incendiaries. See it? You go to definition again. Bomb or device. A person who starts fire. Right? So these people are burning up our buildings. Now, I was in the live with the young cats. Only reason I'm showing this because I like to teach people. See, I'm not going to argue with you about something I already know. I was in the live with the young cats. Our buildings ain't get burnt up. How, bro? They still there. They still there, but a lot of buildings are not still there. So you just can't sit there and say that these buildings are still there. A lot of them were burnt and knocked over. Right? If a bomb will blow a building up. So some of the buildings we built are still not on the earth no more. They got rid of them. It had too much evidence in them. Why are they burning buildings all over the world that look like Tartarian-style buildings? They're getting rid of our history, people. They're getting rid of our history, people. Alexander the Great came to Tyre, the city of the Phoenician, and tore it down, people, and kept all of the history. I showed y'all that on my live yesterday. Why are they doing this? Because they are trying to erase your history. In these buildings, no matter what you think or how you look at it, in these buildings that were burnt down, your history was in the building. Marble and limestone don't burn, but what's inside the building is what they're getting rid of, people. They're getting rid of the inside of the building. The Phoenician, which comes from Tyre, I don't give a fuck what nobody say, because I got the receipts. When they burnt down the Phoenician city in Tyre in the Mediterranean, they had archives, family records, astrology wrote down. What kind of crops and stars go with the crop alignments, harvest season. They had all the knowledge of the planet in one big book, right? How to live, how to stay virtuous in nature. All that was written. Don't you ever think your ancestors did not write beautiful literature. They did. And a lot of it is in the Bible. So all you young cats who think your people ain't write nothing great, you a lie. Roll the coin. You must know better. Somebody got to teach you better because you acting like you don't know no damn better. Roll the coin. In this book right here, The World of the Phoenicians, they burnt down your family bloodline in these buildings. Archives of trips across the Atlantic Ocean in these buildings. What kind of seeds and trees you brought in these buildings. The original Ivory. And Alexander the Great tore it all down and took your information somewhere else. That only reason I'm teaching y'all that is, that is the start of them getting rid of our people's history. When Alexander the Great burnt down the great city of Tyre, this shit started happening all over Europe and Africa first. Now, Egypt falls, right? The Phoenicians get scattered out. The Cretans fall. The Mycenaeans fall. Everything's starting to fall over there. And all the buildings is catching on fire. Right? All the buildings catching on fire. Pyramids, temples, everything catching on fire. Now, why is that important to our history in America? They already know what to do when they come here, people. Throughout their history, they have figured out how to get rid of your history on your land. So here goes an ancient building our people built in America, burnt up. They remodel it, re-church it up, re-bank it up, whatever they do, but they are not trying to burn the whole building down all the time. They just want to get rid of the history in the inside. There you go. White House. Everything was burnt up over here. Let's keep going. You think it's a joke? Why are they doing this? Every state capitol building, 90% of them burnt up in the inside, but they still stand today. Some of them other buildings around was tore all the way down. That's where you get the World's Fair. They keep a couple of buildings and they tear the other ones down. This your history going up in flames. This is the reset that happened, not the flood. The reset happened when hunter-gatherers burnt down your history. Roll the corn. This when it happened. You must get rid of the civilization on the land to start a new Babylon. This is what goes on. Look at the inside. Look. They just burnt. Look at that. Look at the triangle. See, you see that triangle on them buildings with that red brick? That's ancient buildings built by melanated people in America. See that? Come on. How many more you want? All Capitol buildings. Look at the inside. Now, we must understand that if your lineage is in the buildings in the area, it's either in these buildings or in the mounds, and they tear up both of them. The ancient culture shit in the mounds, the new culture up in here. And this was a storage area for agriculture. Our people were so great, you can walk right up in these buildings and get you something to eat. Right up here in these buildings and get you something to eat. To take home to feed to your family, because we had crops stored up in these buildings. A lot of these buildings are built like warehouses, people. Why are they built like warehouses? Because we are shipping out goods to our people. Ain't nobody going hungry. And we got them all over America. So no matter what area you in, you can always get to one of these buildings and take care of your people. Roll the corn. This ain't no church. This ain't no church, bro. That's where the love and the spirituality comes in these buildings. And these buildings are also aligned with stars for the harvest and for sowing of a seed. It all go together. That's why they call them corn exchanges all over the world. Because there was agriculture exchange in trading with our people when we built these same buildings over there on the other side of the world and done the same purpose. And they burnt them down in Rome. Like I just showed you. Same way they burnt them down over here. They burnt them in Rome, Japan. They burnt them down everywhere. They want to get profitable off the agriculture. You can't get profitable off the agriculture if people are just giving it away as a free will. Now we got to take your farms and your buildings. This is the reset that they won't teach you. A giving, loving people with monumental buildings looking out for their own. Self-sufficient. So now, you call the self-sufficient people evil, you put a God on them, and God goes against the self-sufficiency of nature. Now everything is evil in nature. Because they don't want you. If everything evil, why y'all own all the crop fields? All the fishing posts. Y'all selling everything off the land, but it's supposed to be evil. It's not evil. They told you it was evil. Let's keep going. Now let's look around a little bit. Mount Auburn Cemetery. Right? Mount Auburn Cemetery. Look at that. Why is that there? Ask yourself that. In the middle of the cemetery, why is that there? Let me get the state for y'all, so I can let y'all know where this stuff is. If you're in the area, you can go get some footage of this stuff. Right? Mount Auburn Cemetery, 1831. Right? Now, this place right here is our ancient land, people. It was a great city right here at this cemetery. And I'm going to show you how I know. Let's go look around. Now, this is in, let me make sure I give you the state, right? This is in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Cambridge, Massachusetts, right? Now, in case you're making something here, a receipt that go along with this. This is in Cambridge. Now, let me show y'all something. Our people was buried there looking just like this. They be acting like they don't understand. Now, let me show y'all everything I just told y'all, and I'm going to put it in the context with what I'm trying to teach you, right? Now, what they say right there? What is it, Truth? Let's go look at where this at. Mount Auburn. See it? 1831. Here go the new cathedral, but this is an old melanated people's building. Look at the eye on top of the building. Right there. It's kind of like a yin, but we ain't going to go that far. Solstice tickets on sale. Why are they selling solstice tickets to this? Because this aligns with the solstices, people. It was built to align with the solstices for agriculture. Then you take the building and turn it into a cathedral. Why is a church aligned with stars? You see it, solstice? They know it's happening every year, too, because they're selling tickets to the motherfucker. I taught y'all that these buildings are aligned just like pyramids. These buildings are aligned just like mounds and Mayan temples and Egyptian. Roll the corn. Now, let's go look around a little more. Roll the corn. Damn. Mount Auburn. Damn. Mounds. Look at that one. Oh, my God. Mount Auburn Cemetery, huh? Mounds. Roll the coin. Look at this. Look what's facing the Sphinx structure, facing the building. Do you see that? And it's aligned with the solstice, right? Right? I just showed this aligned with the solstice. You think hunter-gatherer built that like that? Hell no. That's our shit. It's written record that white people buried their people right on top of our cemeteries. You talk about free energy. Here you go right here. You want free energy and all the knowledge in the world right here in America. Roll the coin. Still standing. It ain't going nowhere. They probably burnt the inside out like this right here and rebuilt it and say they built it and say they founded it. Then you pop out with this. You hunter-gatherer. Let's keep going. You hunter-gatherer. Look. Look. Roll the coin. Oh, let's go back. Look now. Let's go read what's on the side of it. You know, they got to put their little inscriptions and all this old secretive ass Masonic shit on side of it. You know how that go. American Union preserved African slavery destroyed by the uprising of a great people, by the blood of a fallen heroes. What the hell is y'all talking about? What is y'all talking about? American Union preserved, African slavery destroyed by the uprising of a great people. Who are the people uprising? At Auburn, Mount Auburn. Hold on. Roll the coin. Nipmuc, who faced devastating disease and conflict. Nipmuc being key players in the regional conflicts. King Philip's War, 1675-76, uprising against colonial encroachment near Mount Auburn, broader region. Through it was centered at the Pacific Hill. The Nipmuc. So I guarantee you the Nipmuc some type of Iroquois. Let's go look. Should they be talking about the people they got rid of right there? You gotta know how to research it. That's what they talking about. Let me see something. Algonquin. The Nipmuc are associated with the Algonquin speaking people. I already know it. And they were sometimes subject to raids by Iroquois, like the Mohawk. The Nipmuc speak an Eastern Algonquin language, while the Iroquois, Haudenosaunee Confederacy tribes speak Iroquois languages, which belong to entirely different languages. Now, let's go look into this. Shout out to Casey Macon for this receipt I'm going to show y'all. Because one of these tribes ain't right. One of them ain't right. Oh, let's see what else I had to show y'all about this before I move on. Mount Auburn, an Egyptian revival gateway. Crazy. Why y'all got all this Egyptian shit out there? Look at this. Over the door in Mount Auburn. Whole lot of crazy shit. Hold on. Mount Auburn Gateway, special significance as the first full created Egyptian revival structure in the United States. The first complete Egyptian revival designed for an American cemetery. Right? And then after that you get Old Granary. Old Granary. You know this odd shit too. See, this is shit you gotta study. Old Granary, Cypress Grove in New Orleans got a Sphinx. I already went there before. Cypress Grove Cemetery in New Orleans got a whole Sphinx out there. Mount Hope Cemetery in Rochester, New York, no longer standing. They tore that motherfucker down. Now, just a quick look at Cypress Grove, just to show y'all I ain't bullshit. Just to show you. Just to show y'all I ain't playing it. There be sphinxes out here. Right? Cypress Grove got a sphinx. Let me show it to you right quick. So all these places they're talking about, old granaries. When you see old granary, that's how people shit. Right? Because y'all didn't have no crops. Why would y'all even think about a granary? That's how these ancient cemeteries are our people old land. Cypress Sphinx in New Orleans. Cemetery. Let me see. Show y'all something. Now, the cemetery, I taught y'all about the golf courses. I taught y'all about all this other stuff, but the cemetery is really where it's at. Cemetery really where it's at. I'm telling you. Cemetery got what you need. Yeah. It's tombs at these cemeteries, I'm telling you. Whole tombs. The families who own the land start burying themselves in our tombs on them cemeteries. Then they throw up a whole nother Egyptian-looking style because they know what they found there. Then they turn it into a whole cemetery, and then you got a whole bunch of, right? Look at that. You go Mount Auburn with another one, with the lion out there. Look at that right there. That's beautiful. That is a line with the summer solstice right there. That's Mount Auburn. Look at all this stuff out here. Look at that. Old towers on the mound. Look at the mound. That's the mound. That's the tower. We had lookout towers built out of stone also. This our shit too. This ours too. Look. Hunter galleries everywhere. Look. See, hunter galleries out there. Why y'all in the cemetery just out there chilling, bro? Like, what the fuck is y'all doing? All right, let's go look into this Iroquois thing real quick. Shout out to Casey Macon for this receipt. Now, Huron Iroquois family suggests that the Seneca were derived from them. Now they're saying that the Huron Iroquois, right? Huron. That's the key word, right? Now, member of a confederation of indigenous people of North America formerly living in the region east of Lake Huron, now living in Oklahoma and Quebec. Now, one of these tribes is fake. One of these tribes is got some hunter-gatherer in the tribe. We're going to figure this out. Now, agreed with the Seneca division. Seneca. Eventually, the Uri people were exterminated by the Seneca. The Erie people of Lake Erie were exterminated by the Seneca. Interesting. Erie people. Watch this. Erie people. Lake Erie. Let's go see something. Erie people, called the cat people. Why are they called the cat people? Interesting. Like the Egyptian cat, they buried a lot. They buried cats in mounds, the Erie people. This shit is interesting. This is the information they don't want to teach you. Let's keep going. Some sites show remnants of defensive walls, but they are not primarily known to be associated with the Western Indians. So the Erie people, they were scattered by the Seneca. The Seneca is the same tribe that the Josiah dude, Josiah. Josiah say he a Seneca, right? He knows that his ancestors fought against our ancestors in different places, all over the Midwest and the North. He knows that tribe copied the first tribes, then they fought the real tribes. He know that. So Senecas are hunter-gatherer, hardy tribes, Mongol tribes, who fought against the mound builder tribes. That's what I'm trying to show you. So it says, Erie people, exterminated by the Seneca. Or if not exterminated, were so weakened as them ceased to be an independent tribe. The Cat Nation. This stuff is interesting, right? We got to use some information on the Cat Nation, on the Uri. I want y'all to research that and tag me in some stuff y'all can find. Because, like I say, this is all our history. Now, the Seneca are hunter-gatherers. They got to be. Let's keep going. Now, let's break down some of these words. Now, the Iroquois were called the Haudenosaunee Iroquois. Then I researched the Adirondacks, right? This some more people. But from just looking at this, Sawnee is Hebrew. I already know Sawnee. Sawnee got something to do with Saul. Sawnee. Right? Sawnee. Saul is Saul, like a Saul type word. Got to be. Off top of my head, right? Now, let's go look. So the Iroquois were called the Haudenosaunee, Iroquois people. And this is a Hebrew word. I don't care what nobody say. Because H-A-U is like, so Saul is Hebrew. Usually translated of the Hebrew word Saul. Now in Tennessee, at the Pinson Mounds, we have a Saul Mound. Right? Saul's Mound. In Tennessee. And in the Book of Mormon, it talks about up north Indians really being connected to some type of Saul, a chief Saul, King Saul, something like that. Then we have a Saul's Mound in Tennessee. Could this be the same people? And Saul Mound is huge, people. Huge. Said the Pinson Mounds. Now, read that story about Saul, then look into the Micmac Indians and Saul. Then you start to put some things together. It sounds like the same story. This stuff deep now. Y'all stick with me. See, Saw Ni is Hebrew too. Saw Ni Hebrew. Roll the coin. So I wanted to show y'all that, but I ain't through researching it, so that's another thing I'm getting into. I got to check that out. Now let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit. Now, there's something else I want to show y'all. The Mayan sages doubtless had reached similar conclusions, since they called the country Mayak, the land of the first that first emerged from the bosom of the deep. Why is that important? Because the Egyptians said the first land, the primordial water dried up on the first lands, and that's where you get the first man in civilization. Mayak, got the same story, people. Same story. And a mound is incorporated into this story, right? Watch, the country of the shoot. And the Egyptians, according to Herodotus, boasted that their ancestors in the land of the West were the oldest men on earth. And the Mayans talking about creation story from the water, the primordial water, and then the primordial land drying up. Then you get the primordial people. Egyptians talked about the land of the West were the oldest men on earth. It all go together. It all go together. Let's keep going. Now watch this. Egyptians who make their living on these, it is a great reproach. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back. Other men have their daily living separated from beast, but the Egyptians have theirs together with beast. All other men live on wheat and barley, but to any one of the Egyptians who makes his living on these, it is a great reproach. They make their bread of maize, which some call spelt. They knead dough with their feet and clay with their hands, with which also they gather up dung. Other men, except some of the, have learnt otherwise from the Egyptians. Have their members as nature made them. Have their members as nature made them. The Egyptian practice, as the garments, the men wear two each and women wear other fast rings and ropes and sails upon their ships. Egyptians do this, right? But let's go back to this fucking maize. The regular man in Africa at the time was eating what? Wheat and barley. It's telling you right there. Other men live on wheat and barley. But the Egyptian, they make their bread of maize, which is American Indian motherfucking corn. The first people on the Nile rolled the corn, and they was from Mary. Now, let me slow down and break this down to make y'all understand why history the way it is, right? Let me break this down so you can understand what I'm trying to tell you. Americans went to the Nile and lived as if they were back in their ancient land. They was turning the Nile into paradise from which they left. Think about it. If you leave America, you got corn, palm trees, pomegranates, cedar trees, oranges, lemons, the citron of the Hebrew, the pomegranate of the Hebrew. You start to understand the truth, right? Why is the pomegranate celebrated by the Hebrew? Think about it. Why is the palm tree celebrated by the Ivri or the Hebrew on the land over there? Because it was celebrated over here where it came from. Then it gets over there and it's celebrated again. But it's highly celebrated over there because they don't have none of it. They are a desert climate. We got fruit falling off the trees in America. So we're turning the Nile and the Euphrates into the same paradise of our ancestors. You get it? You line up the palm trees. You put the fruit trees in there. You put all the trees, the tamari seeds and seeds and small trees. You plant them right there. You irrigate them on the river just like the Mississippi was irrigated before them. And you teach them your culture. Now, this is the problem with history. They don't want you to know that. So to keep us from knowing that our people built the Nile and the Euphrates, because yes, we built the Euphrates too. Yeah. All that Abraham bloodline coming in the Bible, that's us. Already on their land over there. Don't get this shit construed. Canaanites, all that shit. Canaanites is us. Stewards of the land, people. That's what made you great. You are a master builder, a master agriculturalist, and a master astrologer. Them people over there that know nothing about none of this shit. I don't give a fuck what book they try to give you and force that knowledge came from that landmass. They are a lie. We got mounds way older than them people. We got people way older than them people aligning shit with stars in America before any stone was cut on the Nile, for any tale or ziggurat was built on the Cemeteries. Let me show you. Let me show y'all something. Just some quick receipts. Shit don't even take long. Roll the coin. Casey making sent me a receipt about a mound builder buried with a fucking the mound builder had a mastodon knife, people, made out of mastodon bones. Roll the coin. Casey Maker, you want to chat? You want to chat, Casey? What the hell? You want to chat, Casey? Casey Maker, you want to chat? Now, the mound builders had mastodon knives, people. Do you know what a mastodon is? Do you know how long ago a mastodon died in America? Thunderbird Balaam. Are we Egyptians or are we Hebrews? Neither. Neither, bro. I'm teaching you that this is just our culture. It wasn't no names on it. To till the soil, grow crops on the field for 7 years, then stop, let the field regurgitate itself after 7 years. That's just what we learned from nature. That became Hebrew. the locusts coming in from the east, eating your crop up. We were so in tune with nature, we knew when the locust was coming. So we protected our crop from the locust. That became evil in the form of our people, because anything that harms the harvest is evil. We weren't talking about people. We were talking about evil things in nature. Right? So we live like that, right? We meditated in the field between the spring and the summer solstice to bring good energy to the field. So when the harvest came in, all these crops got good energy. It's just something we done, right? We fed our own people. When nobody getting charged and taxed and none of that. It's just in our nature. We use purple dye to dye our clothing. So the bloodlines of they called the ancient royalty wore purple dye from seashells. We use red berries to dye clothes red. We used the blue indigo, that's why they call us Indians, to turn clothing blue. Right? That's just our culture. We created the Paleo-Hebrew language to communicate with each other with symbols. That became the Hebrew language when it got over there in the biblical area. Egypt is what somebody called that area. Hebrews is what somebody called our people. Everything that I just use the words so you can know what I'm talking about. But these are words put on our people. Right? We didn't call ourselves Hebrews. They called us that. Now, I have seen Ivri and Eber used in ancient books or ancient Paleo-Hebrew languages from the Eber people or the Ivri. Now, I have saw that. I just use the word, and I hate to confuse people, but I use the word so people can understand what language I'm talking about, what culture I'm talking about, right? Now, that culture was taken and turned biblical, turned Christos and all that of Christianity. It turned, right? Because these were the greatest people on the planet. Why not model your life after the greatest people on the planet? These people are great. They pull up in ships. Ain't no crops out there. They build monumental stone buildings, irrigate the river. Next thing you know, 6 months later, it wasn't no food there. It's paradise there 6 months later. It was desert there 6 months before. And they are treating their people beautifully. Everybody getting along. Everybody working together. Everybody beautiful. Hair combed, beautiful clothing, handmade clothing. They got shoes. They got these things they do for the spring. They have spring festivals for the sowing of a seed. They have the harvest festival in during the all-seeing eye, after the all-seeing eye in the sky. They got music, they got instruments, jewelry, everything, bro. High knowledge of everything. They making cornbread. So now you understand why these people wanted to be copied. And they were spiritual, right? Spiritual to a whole nother level. The hunter-gatherers didn't even understand how spiritual they was. Now you understand. That's just Tamari culture turned into religions. That's all it is. And then you start to switch it around. Now, when we start intermingling with these people and the bloodlines get mixed, because those people believe in gods, right? We believed in nature, self-sufficiency. So when you mix our nature's blood with the people who believe in God's blood, on the people who believe in God's land, the people of the land is going to, over time, take over nature's people. Push them out. You get it now? Now, when they start to push out the Canaanite or the so-called Hebrew, you get rid of the nature's teaching and you turn it evil. But you took the base of what they were doing and kept it for the foundation of your religions. But you push out the nature and you replace it with the God. Now you're saying, thank you, God. But the old culture was saying, thank you, nature. Thank you, rain. Thank you, earth. Thank you, river. Thank you, ancestors, for teaching me how to grow these crops and feed myself. And that language that the first people created stemmed into a Hebrew language. Right? That's what happened. Now, Egyptians eating bread. Egyptians shouldn't have no maize, bro. These are our people on the Nile, the first people to build it. Now, a whole bunch of conquerors came through that area and fucked the history up. But when it started, it was us with that maize. That's a fact. Now let's keep going. Let me show y'all something else. I want to show y'all the receipt about the bones. Damn, let me see if I got it. It's talking about a mound with the bones. Casey making that in the chat? He got the receipt. I want y'all to see the receipt. Hold on. Let me go get the receipt. Casey, pull up that receipt right quick. I want them to see that. I ain't never get the picture of it, bro. Let me see something. I want him to show y'all, he found the receipt with mound builders buried with mastodon tools, right? What does that prove? I'm going to show you. Hop in the guest box, Casey, and show that receipt right quick. I want y'all to see this. Then I'm going to move on. I just want to show y'all how old the culture is over here. Let me see can I find it. Let me see can I find it too, Casey. Here we go.
Oh, I got it. My fault. It took me a bit. I'm sitting there. Oh, no, I got it. Hold on.
Right quick. I want people to see how old this stuff is, bro. How old these mound builders are compared to other cultures.
Let me save my camera.
Then I'm going to show y'all how old.
There we go. There we go. It's now it's letting me in here. Keep playing with me. Okay, here we go. I read the whole article to y'all. You know what's in the top of it. This is the history of New York State. Unfortunately, the mounds in New York State have no systematic examinations, and possibilities of methodological study are now reduced by 2/3 due to vandalism and inexperienced relic hunters, states Parker. None of the mounds are especially conspicuous. One of the larger mounds being only 9 or 10 feet high with a diameter of about 64 feet. Many have been reduced by cultivation of the topsoil. T. Appleton Clenny, in the 13th report of the New York State Cabinet of Natural History, described his examination of the mound situated on a terrace above the Convago Valley at Poling Crater, Chaputa County. He found 8 skeletons buried in a sitting position. posture and make some speculations which Parker thinks are suspicious. Cheney reported that the mound, from the peculiar form of the construction as well as from the character of its contents, had much resemblance to the burrows of the earliest Celtics origins in the old world. Hold on. Some of the relics, amulets, chisels, etc., were of particularly interesting characteristics and elaborate workmanship resembling the Mexican and the Peruvian antiquities. Several interesting objects have been taken from New York mounds, from one grave opened by amateurs in a grave bank near Vine Valley on the Canula Lake, were taking a large tablet gorget, a copper chisel blade, a segment of a mastodon ivory dagger.
A mastodon ivory dagger. A mastodon. Now,
Go ahead.
they found tablets, mastodon ivory dagger, and what else?
Copper chisel blade,
Copper chisel blade.
large tablet gorgets. You know what I'm saying? Most of the burial are not unique interests. And you get talking about this is copper chisel blades, large tablets. They found pottery and stuff too. They ain't telling you about it.
So they found a mastodon tusk dagger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ivory, right? That's the ancestors of the elephants. Right? Appreciate you, Casey. Appreciate you, brother. I wanted to show y'all how old that is. So you can get a understanding of what's going on. He's buried in a mound with a mastodon ivory dagger. The mastodon been gone from North America for at least 10,000 years, people. He been gone 10,000 now. He's been extinct in America for 10,000 years. So we got mound builders buried in America with daggers of animals that are extinct. Right? They are extinct, bro. They're not even here no more. Now, because I got to show y'all everything. I got to show you everything. Come on now. Stick with me. Okay. We got a copper. This man messing with copper way back then now. Way back then, 10,000 years ago. Let me show y'all what wasn't even in existence. It wasn't no goddamn Egypt. It wasn't no Egypt. Egypt popped up around 7,000 years ago. That's 3,000 years before Egypt. We got elaborate burials of men sitting in stone with copper and mastodon ivory in America. Wasn't no damn Egypt. Who are and Egypt telling you their ancestors come from America? See, this is how you put this type of shit together, right? Just to give you an overview of what I'm talking about. Just to give you an overview. Who else wasn't there? Who else wasn't there? Wasn't no goddamn Sumerians. Wasn't no damn Sumerian on the river in no damn 10,000 years ago. See, that's what you must know. If anybody got a copper chisel, mastodon, then slaughtered a mastodon, then made a dagger out the motherfucker bones, and he buried sitting in a tomb with 8 other people on top of under a mound with all his artifacts right there. These are ancestors of those civilizations. Because those civilizations end up starting getting buried the same way. You must know how old Tamari is to trying to be understanding what the hell going on, bro. Them cultures are not old enough. Let's keep going. My bad, Casey. I'm gonna let me go and get through with this lecture right quick. Okay. Now that you see how old it is, and you see the Mayans talking about the creation story, right? Then you see Egyptians eating maize. All this shit started to make sense. Then we got ancient pyramids out of stone under lakes in Wisconsin. Who are the first pyramid builders? Then in that same area, they got stone pyramids in the woods with faces on them. And they try to teach us that these people, this stone got built by some elementary school students, which is a goddamn lie. Look at the faces on the stone. Look at this. Look at the faces. Looking like Young Thug right there. Look at Young Thug. Look at Thugger Thugger. Right there in the middle of the goddamn pyramid, his face is on it. Roll the coin. Let's keep going. Couple more receipts. Chief Tuscaloosa damn near killed DeSoto's army. They don't want to teach that shit because they don't want you to know a melanated Indian almost saved the whole damn country. Here we go. Tuscaloosa nearly destroyed DeSoto's army. Watch what they did. Look what they did now. The Battle of Burnt Corn. They start burning our cornfields. The Battle of Burnt Corn, right there. You see it? They so low that they got to burn the cornfield to try to starve us out. These are the people. You think your ancestor went out there eating all that shit out the field you want to. Your great-grandmama was still eating out that field when your ass was born. Or she got pushed off her own land. Why they burning the corn up? To starve out melanated Southeastern Indians who are descendants from mound builders. Here you go. Burning corn. Chief Tuscaloosa damn near took them out. We know the truth now. Let's keep going. Early settlers of the state of Mississippi. I'm going to go back to the old receipts. Negro was the ruler of the Indian tribe, or believed to have some basis. Many Negroes today trace their ancestry to the various Indian tribes of the territory of Mississippi. Who are these people? Negroes mentioned as amongst the earliest settlers of the state of Mississippi. They always been there, people. DeSoto led the first white man's expedition into that area. DeSoto was fighting Negro Indians. This is what I'm trying to teach you. DeSoto wasn't fighting no goddamn Joe Yaya and all them old, who them other fake ass Native Americans is. They wasn't fighting no Joe Yaya and no crackhead ass Native American. They wasn't fighting them people. They were fighting us. Roll the coin. So y'all can move around with all that old fake ass shit, talking about these other people were down here, and these people come from Ivri or Hebrew backgrounds. That's why they speaking it when DeSoto comes. That's why I taught y'all when DeSoto came to the first city DeSoto went into Florida was a Hebrew name. I don't care if DeSoto was a Moor. I don't care nothing about that. Roll the coin. What I'm trying to tell you is when he landed in this first city he went to, I don't care if he Moor, Spaniard, a conquistador, it don't matter. They are our enemy. I don't care nothing about that. What I care about is who were the people and the names and the culture that was already here when these people came. See, I be seeing y'all little lives and shit. Americans ain't got no culture. You a motherfucking lie. You a lie. Y'all ain't got no culture. Why y'all kids on live over there dancing like Chris Brown and shit, all on the goddamn live asking for money? And we ain't got no culture, why they doing that? Why y'all kids wearing NFL jerseys, big ass jeans and Jordans? Roll the coin. And we ain't got no culture. Why y'all over here trying to braid hair and sell goddamn foo-foo and all that stuff? Because you know we got the capital, right? We got the capital to pay y'all. Come on now. We ain't got no culture. Why y'all over there rapping and singing? Got Burna Boy sounding like he from Atlanta. No, Burna Boy, come on with that African music. Quit trying to mix the African style with the American back. You can't. No, and we ain't got no culture. We have all of the culture. Well, for our culture, the world will be bland. This will be a garbage ass world without Americans. What y'all gonna have? Y'all wouldn't sell no Louis Vuitton, no Gucci, no Benzes. Y'all wouldn't sell none of that shit if it weren't for us. When no Cadillacs be selling, when no damn Buick Road, when none of this shit be selling. We built the car and we bought the car. Who you think ran all them mills in the Midwest? Mississippians who left Mississippi that built Ford Motor Company. Wouldn't be no Caprice and none of that shit if we didn't make it cool. Roll the corn. Wouldn't be no Falcon for Horace if we didn't create the Falcon for Star Alignments. Wouldn't be no damn Ra with no Hawk. Wouldn't be no Ibris from America. Wouldn't be none of that. Y'all wouldn't have nothing. Egypt did not create the theology of Egypt. They come from an older culture. Wouldn't even have no box Chevys, wasn't for us. Y'all over here making all that money off American boxing, American football, American baseball. We ain't got no culture though. We is not eating foo-foo with our bare fucking hands, bro. That lets you know right there that ain't Africa ain't our culture. We not dipping no goddamn sauce on no foo-foo. No. And I'm not dissing Africa, but that's not my culture. My grandmama was eating greens and cornbread and okra and snap peas and catfish out the Mississippi River with a big plate and a fork. We wasn't dipping no foo-foo nowhere. We grew the crop, processed it, then cooked it. Ain't no Africans chewing no tobacco, spitting in no spit cup. All our grandma eating snuff and tobacco and chewing on sugar cane. And grandma chewing on sugar cane fresh out the field. What no Africans doing? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? That's a culture. Everything y'all got a line with stars over there. We got mounds 3,000 years older aligned with the same stars. Astrology even come from here. Y'all can stop playing with me. Take that discussion and get that shit and put that shit up because it don't go along with the truth. If we didn't have no culture, colonizers would have never got rich on this land, people. Corn is a culture by itself. Tobacco is a culture by itself. Cotton is a culture by itself. Our people are the first people to make cotton into clothing and then dye it with different colors. Our people are the first people to grow tobacco and cure it and smoke it. That's a culture. Culture is to cultivate. You're exactly right, Brando. If you don't cultivate no agriculture, you don't even have a fucking culture. You got to know that. Agriculture. Agriculture. Do you hear what I'm trying to tell you? Agra is a culture. Farming is a culture. People don't even know what culture means. They're just on the internet running their mouth trying to get a like. Do you even know what culture means? Ain't no culture if it ain't no food, bro. Come on now. Hold on. Ain't no damn culture if it ain't no food. I don't know who taught y'all all this other shit. What is the African culture? Let's get back to the basics, because it's too much dumb shit be coming across my timeline. It don't make no damn sense. People talking about foolishness, don't even know the basics of what they even talking about. Food, yes. Culture absolutely starts with food, because food is deeply tied to your identity. You hunter-gatherers. They don't even want you to see it. Let's go back. Come on now. He said, ingredients, recipes, shared meals, connect generations and mark life's biggest moments. That corn got a culture. This is a corn culture. I might put that shit on one of my new shirts. This is a corn motherfucking culture. Roll the corn. It's a corn culture. That's why Egypt eating cornbread. Come on, man. That's why the first Egyptian eating cornbread from maize. Come on now. It's a culture that went there from here. It's just that simple. We ain't gonna make this way harder and people be trying to make it all okay. I'm listening to the little young cat live. He talking about, we were doing telepathy. We didn't have no language. We was using telepathy, reading minds. Ain't no language from ancient America. We just had telepathy. Shut your ass up. Roll the corn. See, y'all be watching too many sci-fi movies, bro. If our beings or physical being is so old, we have to figure out common symbols and common ground, people. I just can't read a motherfucker mind. Boy, if I could read a motherfucker mind, whoo. We not mind readers, bro. That's some comic book shit. Let me see can I think what Casey Mason thinking right now. Hold on. Damn, I don't know what Casey thinking. I can't read his mind. Come on, man. We got y'all, because I believe in all that old crazy shit. You can't read nobody's mind, bro. That's crazy. But when you put that ancient symbolism together, we can get a common ground. If Casey see some ancient symbolism, he know that we know is a Hebrew thing, and we both of us look at it, we like, that's the same thing. That's this, right? That make more sense than try. Bro, these people crazy, bro. They crazy. That just make more sense. That was something else I want to show y'all before I get out of here. Let me see. That's wild.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You were thinking I was wrong. You'd have been right.
Hold on, okay, so I'm trying to read your mind. Hold on. Hold on. But I wanted y'all to I'm gonna get into these cemeteries tomorrow, right? Cause like this is a standing stone right by the in an old cemetery, like with mounds out there. So, like I said, I went over the golf courses, them old military bases, colleges. I told y'all these stuff. Colleges sit on ancient bones and stuff like that. Colleges. Now I got to go to the, you go check out it's artifacts in these cemeteries, like this right here. This is an ancient standing stone in a cemetery up north. It don't even supposed to go with the cemetery, but it been there so long, and things are on top of this area with these old buildings. So we're gonna get into that tomorrow, man. Gonna get into that tomorrow. But these are the hoodies right here. The first one with the true feather for my eye, because my eye is the feather represents truth, right? The feather represents truth in my eye. And I'm gonna have We Know the Truth now on the sleeve of this one. So I'm shout out to the people who ordered some yesterday, and I gotta I'm taking pre-orders all week so I can have them all out. But this is the first one, and I just want to try something new with this one right here. Now this one is navy blue with the We Know the Truth now with the whole picture on it, and I'm gonna have the We Know the Truth now symbol like right here on the sleeve of it. So these are two I'm working on right now. Benjamin Zeus, appreciate you, brother. This one, and then we're gonna do this one in different colors, but I'm gonna start off with black and white. The black and white one with this one right here. So I got a couple pre-orders yesterday. If y'all want to pre-order, y'all hit me in the DM. Hit me in the DM if we're gonna do pre-order, so I can go ahead and, cause I'm starting on them today. So I'm gonna show y'all the process too. So I'm gonna try to show y'all the logos mocking up and all that type of stuff before I mail them out. So I'm taking pre-orders all the way to Saturday, and I'm gonna get those out. And then after Christmas, I'm gonna start back taking some more orders for these. So all the way to Saturday night, I'm taking pre-orders. Y'all DM me. Or I might go live again around 2 or 3 o'clock and take some pre-orders. Just don't do a regular live, just do a pre-order taking so I can get all the information in my computer so I can send them out. Because I'm putting everybody information. When I mail them out, I'm gonna mail them out. I'm doing it myself for right now. But I'm gonna start a TikTok shop and all of that. So appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. I'm in love with you. Daryl Harden, what's up, brother? Appreciate y'all's support, man. Really helped me out with some more stuff I'm working on by buying the hoodies, man. So I really appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all on the YouTube, sharing all the YouTube videos and all the comments. That makes the YouTube algorithm go to more of our people to learn some more of our history. So y'all hype them videos up and it goes out to new people. Because I've been getting new people on my YouTube. Like, this is amazing information, but I never saw it before. So it's all a process, man. But I appreciate everybody who helping push push out the information. Y'all have a great and safe day, man. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get started on these hoodies. I'm gonna go live again at 2 or 3 o'clock and take some pre-orders. That's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take some